Hey guys, so today I'm going to be making my first YouTube video. And it is going to be sort of explaining what's going on in my life right now. And this isn't to try to make anyone feel bad for me, because I hate when that happens. And for the first few months I definitely did just feel bad for myself all the time, but you get over it and you realize that your mind is going to lead your body, and there's only so much that the doctors can do, but you need to do the rest in order to heal yourself. So in January I was diagnosed with desmoplastic small round cell tumor, which is a very rare form of a sarcoma cancer. I have multiple tumors in my abdomen and pelvic area, and I'm doing good right now. As if I weren't bald, you wouldn't be able to tell that I was sick, other than the fact that, yeah, I've gained a little bit of weight because I eat all the time. And I used to play volleyball. I can't play volleyball anymore, which sucks because that was my whole life. I played varsity for my high school season, and it was the most fun season of my life. I love all of the girls, and I played club, and I practiced every week, 2 times a week. We had sports training, and that was my life. And January, my life was turned around. I was in the hospital on Christmas Eve. Christmas morning they did a biopsy, and then I went home. I had Christmas, which was very sad for me because Christmas wasn't in the morning. I spent Christmas Eve in the hospital, and then I went back to the hospital. They figured out what type of cancer I had, and then I spent 35 days in the ICU with nothing by mouth. I had a PICC line in my arm, which is a catheter, and they were giving me food and nutrients and vitamins through TPN. So the only thing I had that 35 days was a few sips of water to take pills that they couldn't give me through an IV. Definitely made me really thankful for food. I've never been more thankful to eat in my life. A lot of the little things you put first now. I know this is all over the place, but I'm just trying to explain a little bit of my story. So if you're still watching, thanks, because I don't know if this is boring, but my spleen was enlarged and I had bleeding in my stomach, which is why they put me on a medicine to stop the bleeding, but that meant that it shut my stomach down so I couldn't eat. The doctors thought that my spleen was going to be dead, but they did scans and it wasn't, and I was able to get out of the ICU, which I was so thankful for. And hospital beds are not comfortable, so never been more thankful to be able to take a shower without having my arm wrapped up with tape because I couldn't get my dressing on my catheter wet. They placed a port, so I have a port in my chest, and I'm able to take showers now, which I was crazy to think that people do these normal things like eat and take showers every day and don't even realize what they're taking for granted, because I didn't realize what I was taking for granted. And then it all happened and I didn't have it anymore, and it sucked really bad. But now let me get into the things that like people don't tell you about cancer. I love everyone who has been supporting me. I have a lot of people supporting me. Sometimes people don't know the right things to say. And I don't say anything because they don't know. Like, you don't get it until you go through it. But I wrote a few things down in a notepad. So people think that cancer is like what it is in the movies. Like, you get sent away, you go to treatment, and then all of a sudden you're better again. But that's not really how it works. My doctor told me that I was so scared, and I asked him, I was like, are you gonna make me better? And I was expecting his answer to be yes, and for him to be confident, but he said that all he does is give me the medicine, and God has to heal, and I believe in that, and I believe in healing within yourself too. But what people don't get is that after you get diagnosed with cancer and you get all those messages, and the messages are amazing, people are supporting you, some people just stop, some people stop talking to you. You have a major fear of missing out on everything. I see my friends hanging out every weekend, and obviously, what am I supposed to do about it? I can't tell them to stop living their lives because mine was put on hold for a little bit. It does suck seeing, it's like your whole world fell apart and everyone else just kept moving, and they don't pick up the pieces for you very well because they don't know how to, and it's the most complicated puzzle that you'll ever do in your life. There are clinic visits, so you go into the hospital after you get your chemo, and they take your blood out of your port and they test to see how your immune system is doing, how your platelets are doing, which is, if you were to get a scratch and it scabs and it stops bleeding, your platelets are responsible for that. But some forms of chemo, and mine is very aggressive in particular, drive those down so much that I haven't been in a normal person's range of platelets since I was diagnosed. So your immune system gets completely shot after chemo because the drugs are killing the fast-growing cells and you can't do anything about it. So you have to wear masks when it's windy outside, and when you go in a grocery store, you get scared when someone sneezes around you because you're worried that you're gonna get sick. And if a person going through chemo gets sick, it's a lot worse than a person who isn't going through chemo because their immune system is so shot. One of the hardest parts for me was when I lost my hair. I was in so much pain in the hospital that I couldn't lay on my back, so I was using neck pillows and just sleeping sitting up like you would on an airplane. And I went one day to go to the bathroom and I took my neck pillow off. I had chopped my hair up to my shoulders already to make it easier on myself, and there was hair all over the neck pillow, and I was like, that's it. And I made my dad get someone in, shave my head, and I don't recognize myself anymore. I lost all the muscle in my legs. Not all the muscle in my legs, but I lost the majority of muscle in my legs. My hair's gone. My eyelashes used to be decently, like a good length, like I was happy with myself and everything. Most of my eyelashes fell out. My eyebrows were so thick. My eyebrows fell out. Everything's starting to grow back now, but I'm nowhere near being done with chemo yet, so there's a chance that it could just all go again. You get used to it eventually, but at first it sucks when you have hair that's almost down to your waist and you have to chop it all off. It's like, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal in perspective of like everything else that's going on. But when you look at yourself in the mirror every day and then all of a sudden you don't recognize the person that you are anymore, it sucks. I hope that videos like this can get shown to other kids or girls, not just girls, but kids in general, like pediatric cancer patients, because I know that I love my best friends so much, but they aren't me and they don't know what's going on, and I know my body better than anyone else. And that's what happens when you go through something like this, is that you learn to know your body so well. And a person who's not going through the same thing as you, all that they really can say is, I'm so sorry, like it'll get better, and you have to believe that it'll get better. But it just helps to know that someone else is going through the same thing as you. The anxiety is really bad. Every CT scan, every bone marrow aspirate, waiting for the results from the doctors is scary because you feel good, but the results could show something different, and it's always in the back of your mind. Even though you try to stay positive, it's really difficult to have only positive thoughts all the time and nobody's perfect, so nobody has that. After chemo, parents giving you shots. This doesn't happen for everyone, but my dad has to give me shots. I hate needles. It's gotten to the point where I don't even feel it anymore, but I used to cry like a baby. I'm not embarrassed to say that because needles are scary. Depression is a big factor, and I feel like people don't talk about that with kids because they're like, oh, they're too young to be sad. But when you go through a traumatic illness like cancer, I barely see my friends, and people start disappearing. People talk to you at first, and then if you don't make an effort to reach out to them, they won't talk to you and want to bug you. But you're not bugging me. I have nothing better to do. I'm watching the Kardashians. Like, I love getting out of my house and doing anything that I can when I can. Fear of missing out is the biggest thing for me, and there's a lot of things that I can't do. Like, I can't go to the community pool that everyone goes to and tan because my head would get sunburned. It's like a baby's butt. I can't risk infection and things like that. So basically I can like go out to eat, and I can go to church, and I can do all these things, and I want to make the most of all the time that I have that I'm not at the hospital. I just want someone to watch this and know that they're not the only one going through what they're going through, and any hardship in life will get better if you think positively about the situation. Negative thoughts make negative toxins in your body, and the positive thoughts, you can convince yourself to get better. So if you think every single day that your life is going to get better and that you're going to be successful, and you have all these goals and you write it down and you say, I am going to do this, you're going to convince the universe that it's going to happen, and you're going to manifest your own destiny, if that makes sense. It might sound dumb, but that's okay because that's what I believe. I just want to say, ask people how they're doing. Ask a friend that you haven't asked in a while to hang out. Go do whatever you want. Dye your hair purple, dye your hair pink. I don't know, shave your head, go cliff jumping, go to the lake, do everything that you possibly can in the time that you have on this earth, because another thing that I've learned by taking my walks is that our world is very beautiful and we ruin it with everything that we do. So appreciate everything, and I'll finish this video with one of my favorite Bible verses. This book my friend got me, and it's 3-minute devotions, and my girl, if you're watching this video, your family, I love you all. Thank you so much. Hopefully you know what this book looks like, but I just wanted to read something out of it. It says, I know how to live on almost nothing or with everything. I have learned the secret of living in every situation, whether it is with a full stomach or empty, with plenty or little, for I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. You guys have probably heard this. A big part of my recovery, like personally, it's not what everyone believes, and that's okay, but it has been my faith, and this particular girl who gave me this book has helped me out a lot with that, so thank you. I think that is it, guys. Hospital bills for cancer are very expensive, so $1 would help if you want to donate $1 to my GoFundMe. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has texted me and posted and bought wristbands and shirts and donated on my GoFundMe. I will have the links to everything below. I will have the links to my GoFundMe, and I will have the links to Love Your Melon. I got given a Love Your Melon beanie in the hospital, and if you buy one, then a patient gets one, so it's a good purchase, even though it is very hot outside, but that is okay. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I will take suggestions for more videos because my life is a little bit boring right now, not really sure what I would make, but Thanks for watching.
Oh, are you doing video? I'm sorry, I messed you up.
Yeah. Now I have to edit it.
Sorry, I didn't know you were doing one.
I'm out of focus. What the heck?